Hi everyone, Boy here, and I just want to say that Monster Hunter Wilds is not worth your time, at least as of right now, in the current state that it is in. Unless you have own an overpowered PC or a PS5 Pro, it is just absolutely a super terrible experience, and you best wait for it to go on sale, or better yet, wait for the DLCs to come out before picking the entire package up. So why do I say that? Why do I say that a game that many people have been excited about and been enjoying, not worth your time? I mean, hell, I'd even say it's not a $70 product. So that is because right now this game's got some of the most terrible, piss poor optimization possible when it comes to your, PC, when it comes to your regular current gen consoles. And that results in just subpar visuals as well as subpar frame rates and frame times. And when you ask me, I'm the kind of person who really prioritizes those elements about a video game way before I even care about the gameplay. If the game looks ass and runs ass, I don't even care if it plays good. I'm throwing it in the garbage, okay? And honestly, it is because of how accepting and tolerant people are toward crappy, garbage, poorly optimized games such as, this one that we are still getting those to this date. Such a terrible and crappy state of a AAA gaming that we are going through right now. I would like to play you guys a few clips from Digital Foundry videos in order to demonstrate my point as to why I almost sound so bitter about how poor the Monster Hunter Wilds game is performing right now. So yeah, let's do it.
I immediately could tell though that something was just not right. Without even mentioning performance, I could see that the textures in the game were confusingly poor. So many shots had textures like this that were just what the hell? I really think this almost looks PS3 level here. When I finally got character control after the long-winded intro, I was greeted by big stutters each and every time I turned the camera while using the RTX 4060 at the default high settings at 1440p DLSS balance mode. Along with the stutters, it is quite easy to see how textures were taking a while to load in after each camera turn. So it looked bad and ran bad. I'm kind of at awe that this is the texture quality required to make an 8GB GPU not stutter in what is essentially an empty desert filled with repeating tiled textures for sand.
Fucking disappointment.
As a result, on a technical level, I disrecommend playing this game on a lower end GPU until it is patched, as I cannot derive optimized settings at the moment without serious concessions to visual quality that just don't make sense. What the hell? On a higher end GPU, you'll be able to brute force this game's shortcomings to a degree, but I don't think that is praiseworthy.
I'm sure there will be a compelling action game here for a lot of players, but it's submerged a bit beneath gameplay systems that aren't exactly self-explanatory. It also doesn't help that the game's mode selection is relatively lackluster, and that there's such a steep consequence for wanting to play in framerate mode on PS5 and Series X, where I think the moment-to-moment gameplay feels best. The biggest issue here is that the visuals just don't scale all that well to PS5, Series X, and Series S. The lack of temporal upsampling plus the relatively constrained power of console hardware results in a less than ideal experience, at least on the tested machines. Series S in particular needs some revision, failing to reach a stable 30 FPS in a lot of content.
Oh, hell no! That's hell no!
In its best moments, The Pro can elevate PS5 software to have credible 4K 60 imagery or transformative ray tracing, and that isn't the case here. Instead, we get a visual outcome that I think a lot of players would have reasonably expected from the base PS5, with a 1080p 60-like framerate mode and 2 lower performance modes with better image quality and limited ray tracing. In the context of how this game typically performs, it's decent enough, but relative to other games of comparable visual quality, it's a little unsatisfying. So if you do want to play Monster Hunter Wilds on consoles, the PS5 Pro is definitely the place to be, even if it's a bit unexciting.
So, as you have seen from the clips that I've just played you, and mind you, they are professionals and they know what to do when it comes to testing how, well a game runs on a technical level. So you don't have to take it from someone that has almost no knowledge in the, technical kind of field like me. All right. So, the only takeaway from these clips here for me is that the only way that you can somewhat play this game decently on a PC is to have a high-end GPU, preferably the NVIDIA RTX 50 series of the 80 lineup and above, or have some, of the AMD equivalent stuff. And if you're a console person, you're in a quite crappy situation if you're not an owner of the PS5 Pro. You are gonna have to sacrifice so much here in order to run the game decent. And it's not even like, well, it's just like barely acceptable, as you have clearly seen in the reviews. So there you go. That's just like extremely crappy. I don't even know what else to say. And even when you actually have the top end hardware and stuff, there's still issues to be had. You are still left with a last gen looking at game with decent performance only. In what world are we accepting the fact that we are running like really just mid quality frame rates and mid looking visuals, like last gen ass looking visuals on a high end spec'd PC or like just the best console right now, the PS5 Pro? What is going on here? So, and you are telling me that this is worth $70? Unless you are a fan of the franchise or whatever, just like how I am with the Resident Evil franchise, I just don't see a world, a reality, a space-time continuum that this is worth it. Even if it is, it's just us making up for all the BS with our immense coping. My final takeaway here is, unless you are a hardcore fan of the franchise, and I really have to emphasize the word hardcore here, and are willing to get your hands on the shiniest new toys while paying the premium, just like me with the Resident Evil franchise, where I just grab any new RE game that comes out on day one. That's, just because how much love I have for the franchise, how much passion I have for it. It is not at all advised to grab Monster Hunter Wilds right now for $70, and it's only the base game. You'd rather wait for it to go on sale before grabbing it. And yeah, this is just my perspective. Again, if you have like so much money to throw around and to burn, yeah, go ahead and do whatever you like. I'm not here to teach anyone how to use their money. I'm just here to give my perspective on, the current situation regarding this game and the kind of like its value proposition, right? So yeah, I guess that's the video. And I've been Dat Boy. I've been super dissatisfied with the quality of Monster Hunter Wilds. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.